جمله انبیاء و ارسال رسول مقصود تو بودی به جمالت صلوات. ولادت با سعادت نهمین اختر تابان امامت امام جوان و امام جواد علیه السلام را به کافه مسلمانان تبریک عرض بنمایم. از خداوند متعال خواهانیم تا ما را اجل آنقدر مهلت بدهد که بعد سال آینده چنین شبی را تجلیل نماییم. بس که آن ماه جبین چهره زیبا دارد، بر رخش چشم و دلم میل تماشا دارد. وارث علم ندن شاه جهان فخر زمان، معجزه موسی عمران دم عیسی دارد. چشم او چشمه زمزم، رخ او بدر تمام، یار کوثر لب من قامت توبه دارد. آدم و نوح و سلیمان همه دارن مقام، شاه ما حسن نکویان همه یک جا دارن. زهره و مشتری و شمس و قمر والای او، که عجب حسن چی نیکو قد و بالا دارد. شهر علم است نبی، شهر علم است نبی و در آن شهر علی است، خود کلیدش به کفین زاده طه دارد. یوسف مصر بود عکس رخ دلبر من، که بر او چشم طمع همچو زلیخا دارد. حجتی روی زمین خسرو دین حبل متین، عصمت فاطمی و همت مولا دارد. نام او نام نبی است و ملقب بتقی، اهل عالم هم دانن چی معنا دارن. زاده ختم رسول مظهر کل شاه سبول، کی نشان از علی و حضرت زهرا دارد. اختر برج امامت در دریای شرف، حکم فرماندهی از خالق یکتا دارد. یا رب بزرگی تو ای قادر ظلمان، یا رب شهیدان جدا گشت سرستان، که این مجلس ما را به حیات و دم مردن، در کرب و بلا زود بده مدفن و مدن. بمیم اول نام محمدی صلوات.
با تشکر سپاس فراوان از محترم حاجی آقای معلم همکار. And now a very quick announcement by Sister Hawra Al-Ammara. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. Please look at this flyer over here. Inshallah, in 2 weeks, on Saturday, March 14th, at 10 a.m., Al-Ain Foundation will be hosting an event at Risalat from Rise Montessori. For kids, there will be a story time both in Arabic and in English. And it will be for kids of all ages, Islamic stories. And the purpose of this event is to promote the Al-Ain Foundation, which is a charity, non-profit organization that is dedicated to supporting orphans. So inshallah, that will be March 14th, Rise Montessori, on Saturday, 10 a.m. Please bring parents and kids for story time and RSVP at this link here. Inshallah, we will be sending out this flyer to anyone who wants it. So if you want to go to the link and RSVP for kids of all ages. Thank you.
Ahmad. Thank you, Sister Haura, for the announcement. I think Sister Haura and her sister did a very good presentation back in last Ramadan, right? Align, they're doing a lot of good things in Iraq, inshallah. Please support this event as well, inshallah. Our second session has finished at this point, very quick. Please check with Brother Zia Amili and Brother Saeed Razak and make sure that you are up to date with your monthly pledges. And if you can do even a little more, it would be greatly appreciated. Our Taha Islamic School will be open tomorrow from 9:30 to 2 p.m. So please make sure that you drop off your student timely. Please check with them and make sure that they have all their books and supplies tomorrow when they come to school. And make sure that they've completed their homework and they are ready for tomorrow to come to school. Our next week's program will be emailed to everyone as usual on Tuesdays, so please check your email for that. If you are not listed on our distribution list for email, please go to masjid al-rasool.com and all our weekly programs are posted there or through our Facebook page at Masjid Rasool. Please keep in mind that Masjid al-Rasool is located in a residential area. Please make sure that you keep noises down as much as possible when you're going home tonight. We don't want to, and let's honor our neighbors around us and don't bother them in their own houses at that time late. Please help us to keep our masjid clean as much as possible. And also as a reminder, there's a clothing drive by Masjid al-Rasool on March 13 and March 20th. The last 2 weeks, Sister Sahel Khan has announced that, and I'm just reminding you guys it's a good time to go through your closet and clean out all the clothes that you don't want. Please make sure that they're in a good condition and wearable, not something that nobody can use. And if necessary, please wash them, iron them, and bring them so they can donate to Good Samaritan here in Simi Valley. With that being said, Ajaga Modarres' speech, the title for his speech will be Own Your Mistakes. Own Your Mistakes. میریم و از معذر حجت الاسلام و المسلمین آقای مدرس استفاده میکنیم. سرسلامتی خودتان و محترم آقای مدرس و فامیل محترمشان صلوات محمد پسند ختم بفرمایید عزیزان.
Remember, for the last 2 weeks, we didn't have Q&A. I have some questions left from 3 weeks ago. I'll answer some of those questions. If you have any new question related to my topic or even outside that, go to Slido. And you don't need the app. You can use the website slide.do, and the room number or code is Hadi. And inshallah, you can post your questions. You can vote some of the questions that are already there, and hopefully we can answer some of them. Aside from that, thanks to everyone who participated in the article and poetry section, all of them, those who made announcement, presentations, all these are important in their own way. The minimum is that inshallah we get educated on what's happening on some of the needs of the community, from the charity organization to story time to how to participate, and also the poetry. As Brother Khayatian mentioned, he said, if you want your voice to be heard, use some poetry. With that rule and logic, none of my words will be heard because I don't use a lot of poetry, because I use a lot of English. I don't have time to use poetry in my Farsi speech. But I'll keep that in mind as a tip for future in my Farsi speech. Once again, we have 2 important occasions in the last few days. We had the Wilad and Shahada of Imam Hadi, Imam Ali al-Naqi. And the coming week, we have the Wilada, birth of Imam Muhammad al-Taqi, Imam Jawad alayhi salam, for the honor of the Ahlul Bayt, especially our 9th Imam and our 10th Imam, Imam al-Jawad and Imam Hadi. Let's recite a salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. One more thing is I would like to thank Brother Shabir for accepting to speak at our youth group. Our youth group is at 6 o'clock. I know some people are coming, but some of the youth, alhamdulillah, they feel they graduated. So I don't see them at the youth group anymore. So 6 to 7, that 1 hour prior to beginning of the program, we have youth group every week. We try to invite other speakers. We have youth, alhamdulillah, who I'm happy this should be the cycle of people who were members of our community, and alhamdulillah, they went through challenges of life in this society. They come back and share their experience, their thoughts and wisdom with the youngsters. So I would like to appreciate Brother Shabir Hamkar for accepting. And as you know, everybody is busy, and nowadays everybody have a lot to do. He's also married, and he has family to take care of as well. For the health and well-being of all of our youth, especially Brother Shabir, recite another salawat. I make my announcement regarding parents-teacher meeting. So if you remember, I talked about this at the beginning of a semester of Taha Islamic Academy, that eventually in the middle of the year, I will ask one day to be a teachers and parents meeting one another, exchanging ideas, getting a report of the progress of your child, that they come from 9:30 a.m. up to 1 or 2 p.m. And it's now at least 5-6 months since the time we started. What's the progress? What happened in the last 4 or 5 months? That date, I will put it in the email. We'll make more announcement, but I'm letting you know right now, it will be on Saturday. So as you come to pick up your child, plan it in advance that you stay. It will be at 1 o'clock. We usually finish at 2 o'clock because we have the last hour Farsi. But because we have some students who leave at 1 o'clock, they're not part of the Farsi class. I would move it to 1 o'clock, so we skip the Farsi on that day. But we will meet at 1 p.m. on March 14th. Saturday, March 14th, 1 p.m. will be the parents-teachers meeting. As I said, the point of that is to learn what teachers are saying about the students, number one. Second, what you see in the house, what do you feel is important for your child that we receive as staff and teachers of the Taha Academy. And lastly, which is very important for you to come and learn how to work with your child in the house. When they're at home, how to help them, because 1 day a week is not enough. So inshallah, on that day, it will be it's not going to be a lot, it's just 1 hour. So you come at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and within that 1 hour, inshallah, we make sure you get these 3 portions. You get an update on your child's education, the progress they make. Secondly, you listen to teachers and what they have to say, and we listen to your feedbacks. And lastly, we make sure you learn some tips how to help your child to learn better, because unfortunately, we still have issues of children coming late. Still, after month and month of saying, still I come and teachers complain that I'm here 9:30 and there's no one. There's 1 or 2 students. So this is something I don't blame the children anymore, because none of them drive except 1 or 2. I blame the parents for that. پدر مادر عزیز دیگه ملامتن. اگر اولاد شما صبح دیر میاد ساعت 9:30 اینجا نیست، بنده اولاد رو ملامت نخواهم کرد. شما پدر مادری که درایو میکنین ملامتین. ای که دیشب دیر خوابید و من زورم نمیرسه و بچه ها به حرف نمیکنن، باز میگذارم به عهده شما پدر مادر که بیا 2 نفری با هم دیگه. این میذارم به عهده شما که ببینین آیا این قناعت میکنن شما به این اگه ما یه حرف بزنیم که ما زورم به بچه ما نمیرسه. That's not something. I think at a certain age you have to ask them to sleep at a certain time. That's what discipline is about. And again, it's not that early. It's not like that they have to wake up 6 or 7. It's 9:30. So if they wake up 8:30 and they have breakfast, they'll be here. There are not that many students coming from far away. Most of you live within the 10 minutes distance from Masjid. So inshallah, parents-teacher meeting. Inshallah, پدر و مادرها روز شنبه مارچ 14 ساعت 1 بعد از ظهر یا پیشین وقتی که آمدین همینجا از 1 تا 2 باید باشین که در مورد وضعیت مکتب یا همون سطح اسکول و اولادها و شاگردها صحبت خواهد شد. دست شما درد نکند. صلوات عنایت کنید. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد. وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين الهداة المهديين سيما بقية الله في السماوات والأراضين. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن الكريم وقوله الحق وهو أصدق الصادقين ولا تكونوا كالذين نسوا الله فأنساهم أنفسهم أولئك هم الخاسرون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. به خاطری که وقت ما کم هست ما بین فارسی و انگلیسی مجبور هستم امشب در یک صحبت تعویض بکنیم و تغییر بدیم چون وقت ما زیاد نیست که هم Q&A و سوال جواب باشد، هم فارسی منبر بریم هم انگلیسی منبر بریم. 15 دقیقه بخوام صحبت بکنم بالای 45 دقیقه خواهد بود. از این جهت انشالله فقط یک صحبت خواهد بود. انشالله توجه داشته باشین، غرق نشین در تفکراتتون. من وسط صحبت به فارسی هم جملاتی رو خواهم گفت. اگر چیزی هم از انگلیسی ما فهمیدین که الحمدلله، اگر نفهمیدینم به اون قسمت فارسی توجه داشته باشین. The topic for tonight and the reason I chose this topic it's that there is a personality trait which is very common, very prevalent among the communities around the world, regardless of the culture. And that is this sense of blaming everyone and everything for whatever goes wrong in our lives. Not owning our mistakes is one of the challenges of communities, marriages, families, in workplace, in a school. It's very rare that we find people who own and they accept their flaws and mistakes. And I picked this because I was going through some of the tradition of our 9th Imam, Imam Muhammad al-Taqi. And as you know, the name Taqi means the one who have taqwa. Taqi means someone who's pious, somebody who's God conscious, somebody who they edified themselves. That's what piety is. They have self-restraint. That's one quality of our 9th Imam. And then another one is jawad. Jawad, in Arabic, one word could have multiple meaning, by the way. Not opposites, not antonym meaning, but similar meaning or sometimes different. For example, jawad, it refers to beauty as well as generosity in Arabic, in both ways. So somebody who's jawad is somebody who's generous in a sense of sharing his wealth, knowledge, or whatever form of generosity we can imagine. And the tradition, Imam alayhi salam said every believer is in need of 3 things in their lives. And when I read this, I try to write down. So this is what I do. And I encourage you to do similar things. If you don't like writing, maybe think about it, but writing helps a lot. Is that, for example, we have that when you see an ayah of Quran, one verse or one tradition, contemplate and think what you can take out of that, how you can elaborate and understand it better. So that's what I've done with this tradition, that we need every mu'min, every believer is in need of three things. Number one, Imam Jawad says, the first thing that every mu'min need is tawfiq min rabbih. You need an opportunity from Allah. Tawfiq is opportunity, is the ground, is the ability. So what I've seen in a lot of successful people, I've listened to some interviews or I read some of their interviews, athletes, actors, directors, I don't know, artists, whatever they are. One thing you see a lot of them confess to is you need luck. You need luck. Luck is very important. A lot of them I've heard they say, so you could be the most talented person, but if you don't meet the right person based on luck, you will not be, I wouldn't be able to get where I got without that. Coincidence, luck, chance, whatever they call it. I was lucky enough that one day I went there and somebody saw me. I didn't even go for that reason, and that's the way they saw me. Or even some of, as you know, inventions was based on coincidence. Some invention people did not put their efforts to invent that, something was invented, right? I can give you examples of that, but one of those accidental invention that you can imagine is penicillin. Penicillin was an accident. But which is, again, is nothing wrong about it. But this, something that we call luck and chance, we believe that there is a designer behind everything. When we say that verse in Quran, that a leaf will not fall from a tree without the knowledge of God, of course, when we meet someone, when we face something, when something happens that we call it luck, we believe that's what tawfiq is about. So every mu'min need that tawfiq, need that chance, that opportunity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provide for you. So we don't call it luck. It's a tawfiq. With tawfiq, there is a price tag, by the way. You would say, oh, why I have the tawfiq and somebody else doesn't? There is a price tag. Somebody asked me a question from 2 weeks ago, which I added that to this speech, because in my lecture on the wilada and the birth of Hazrat Fatima, I said, if Allah loves someone, Allah will give them girls. They will have daughters. And in the question, somebody asked this question, so if somebody doesn't have a daughter, does it mean Allah doesn't love them? The answer to that is no, of course not. With having daughters, there is a price tag. Means there is a gift that you have. You're blessed, but with that comes the responsibility. So if somebody doesn't have daughters, Allah still loves them, but the lack of the presence of daughter has its own thing, but having daughter has its own responsibility. It's the same thing when somebody have a beautiful voice, when somebody have a good memory, when somebody have, let's say, some specific and unique form of talent. If you have it and somebody else doesn't have it, good, it's an opportunity you have, but with that comes a cost. With that comes a price tag. There are challenges for it. The same thing when it comes to money, right? If you have the money, with money comes some challenges. If you don't have money, there are challenges. And everything in every position, there are pros and cons to every possible and probable situation you can imagine. So that's the first thing Imam Jawad alayhi salam says, which again you can contemplate and think about it, that every mu'min need an opportunity, a tawfiq from Allah. When I ask people, inshallah, see you at Masjid, those who heard this word, some of us we understand it, some of us we learn it from other people. So again, inshallah, if it's tawfiq, I'll see you. I hope I have the tawfiq to do it. Tawfiq, it means this ground, this ability, this opportunity to do it. And Quran talks about it, and I don't want to repeat it. Surah Layl, Allah explains in detail what tawfiq is about. Because Allah said, if somebody is pious, if somebody is truthful, فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْيُسْرَى, we will make his pathway simple, easy for him. وَأَمَّا مَنْ بَخِلَ وَاسْتَغْنَى وَكَذَّبَ بِالْحُسْنَى فَسَنُيَسِّرُهُ لِلْعُسْرَى. But if somebody who's a miser, somebody who is stingy, somebody who's a liar, somebody who is exactly opposite of the other side, we will create difficulties and challenges on their pathway. Not because Allah has an issue with them, not because Allah has some grudge against them. Their own actions becomes an obstacle in their way. Simple. It's like, imagine a simple example is that if you throw everything out the window of your apartment, let's say a banana peel or anything else you find, there's a high chance of you going out there and slip on your own garbage. Or when you leave something in your house, you don't take the garbage out, which I think for men, one of the biggest challenges we men have is what? What is it? To take the trash outside for some reason. I see a lot of a smile. I think a lot of sisters have that issue with brothers, to take the trash outside. If you don't take the trash outside, the chances that the bad smell is going to be in the house. So Allah says, if you are a miser, if you are a denier, if you are a liar, فَسَنُيَسِّرُ لِلْعُسْرَى, your path will be filled with difficulties of not being able to do the right thing, to do good in your life. You created the challenges for yourself. So we need tawfiq from Allah. That's number one. Yusuf, Allah gave him the tawfiq. You know, we have people, messengers of Allah, and then we have other people as well. You know, when we look at the story of Adam and Hawa, in Surah A'raf, Allah says, when they committed the wrong, when they ate from the forbidden tree or forbidden fruit, when they came on earth, this is what they said. قَالَ ظَلَمْنَا أَنفُسَنَا. Oh Allah, indeed we wronged ourselves. Now we know we were wrong. Did what we did and we disobeyed you. وَإِن لَمْ تَرْحَمْنَا, if you don't have mercy on us, if you don't forgive us, لَكْنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. Indeed, we are in great loss, so we need your mercy. They admitted to the wrong. So even as you know, our greatest ancestors you can imagine, the first human being, they admitted to the wrong. So in order to come to that point, Imam Jawad alayhi salam said, every mu'min needs three things. Number one, a tawfiq from Allah. That's why we make dua. That's the importance of dua, to give us the tawfiq. Because there are things that I cannot control. There are circumstances that I cannot predict. There are challenges on my way that I don't know, but He knows. That's what the importance of dua is about. You cannot say, I control everything. I control what I do. I control what I say. But there are things out of our control. People ask me, you know, if I drive safe, if I have insurance, if I have everything, which we must do, by the way. We have to drive safe. We have to have good, you know, we have to have insurance and all that. But you say, what's the point of reciting dua before driving? The answer to that is the answer my father told me. He said, when I, used to own a bike, and I said this story before, I said, Dad, I'm a sheikh. Why you have so much problem with me having a bike, a motorbike? By the way, the reason I have that one, don't imagine the motorbikes here. I'm talking the one you get because you don't have the money for a car. That kind of a bike. And I needed that because I was going from one Masjid to another. It was not possible to go with a car and taxi. Recite a salawat. Inshallah, it's not corona, it's just a dry throat. So, I know Haji Yasin just, moved himself to the So, I said, okay, I'm not going to drive recklessly or speed or anything. Look, with this clothing, and I'm not that type of person. He said, my son, my concern is not the way you drive, it's the way other people drive. You cannot control others. because he said, I've seen people going on their own way and then some car came and hit them. Because you are on a bike, the chance of you getting killed is high, and them is not going to happen, nothing going to happen to them. That's why we need to make still dua, even after doing all the precaution, because some crazy person, some reckless person, God forbid, somebody who's drunk, somebody who's, I don't know, fainted or had a heart attack. It's all chances. Somebody have a flat tire and while they're driving. And these are probabilities that we don't know. Ya Allah, you protect me. The part that I'm in charge, I'll be careful. I'll be cautious. What I'm not in control, Ya Allah, I leave it to you. That's what tawfiq is about. We're overconfident. You know, even scientific communities, when they say they hope and wish, what is that about? So I thought in science we're not talking about wishes and prayers and all that. We're talking about you go and you try to tackle the issue and you get rid of the problem. With coronavirus, they say, no, we hope it's not going to grow, bigger than this, or it's not going to become a pandemic, or it's not going to get worse than this. Is all about a speculation, hoping. Literally, in some cases, hoping. They do some preparation, but they say, we don't know. There's a case here. We did not find any connection to the source that it came from. Even in those situations that we don't know, we hope for the best. We are trying for a solution. We try to, when it comes to minimizing the chance of spread, but at the same time, we hope it's not going to get worse than what it is. All that we can do is this. This hope is that what we call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You do what you have to do, you leave the tawfiq to Allah. That's what we need. Number one, tawfiq from Allah. The second one is the topic, own your mistake. Imam Jawad alayhi salam says, the second thing a mu'min needs is وَوَاعِذٌ مِّن نَفْسِهِ. You need an advisor from within. You need an active conscience. Wa'idh means somebody who tell you, this is the right way. An advisor, a counselor. Min nafsih means from yourself. Means you yourself is an advisor. You're a counselor to yourself. We call that conscience. When you have that guilty feeling when you do something wrong, when you sweat, when you're lying for the first few times, that's what conscience is, to try to withhold and stop you. And Imam Jawad said, we need that healthy and alive. That advisor from within, we need it. And lastly, the third thing Imam Jawad said we need, every mu'min needs, وَقَبُولْ مِمَّنْ يَنْصَحُهُ, is to accept, to admit from that advice on whatever is the criticism or whatever is the nasiha and advice, to accept it. Not to just have somebody who advises us or even the conscience tell us to do whatever is right and stay away from wrong, but actually comply, actually listen to the conscience, listen to the advice. In order to do that, we need to own the mistake. If somebody tells me, or even I myself, I know I did something wrong, but I'm not ready to own it. I'm not ready to own it. That perception, that mentality, that personality trait will lead to more and more failure. What it will lead to the illusion of confidence. Oh, I'm someone that I'm not going to be, pushed by people. I'm not a pushover. I stand my ground. I'm confident. That's the illusion of people who don't admit they're wrong. We need to be confident in the right place. We have to stand our ground in the right place, in the right time. But once even I know I'm wrong, even I know I'm wrong, but I'm not ready to admit it. That's the greatest challenge for a soul. Because our soul cannot handle this. We cannot have that hypocrisy. We cannot have that sense that from within I know I'm wrong, but in my tongue I say I'm right. That's what hypocrisy is, right? I know I'm wrong, but I'm not ready to admit. And not to others necessarily, to yourself. In order to do that, take 3 steps. In order to own your mistakes, this is a simple 3-step procedure. This is not part of the hadith. This is what, again, come from the... when I look at every mistake, this is, I think, the best way to go and deal with it. Recite another salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. The first one is, which is important, is after you find and you admit your mistakes, look for a solution. Right after. So I say I'm wrong, just feeling bad about it. As I said, in Islam, we don't have such a thing as confession. That you go somewhere and you say you're wrong and then you feel good about yourself and you move on. If you have a confession between you and Allah, that's it. Especially if it's a matter that is not involving anyone except Allah. So first thing is always think about the solution. Another tradition, Imam Jawad alayhi salam says from the condition of acceptable tawbah and repentance is that you decide to recover and to fix the damage you caused. So that's number one. To own your mistake, right then look for an immediate solution. How can I fix my problem? Let's say if I missed my prayers, what's the solution? Make it up, tawbah. If I curse, the solution is to right away start practicing silence if I cannot control my tongue. If my mistake is getting a bad grade, solution is to start studying. If my problem is, God forbid, let's say, it could be for somebody in family that I did wrong to my family. Solution is to see how can I apologize to the people. That's also part of the second step. So first step, look for an immediate solution. Step number two, if my mistakes involve other people, we have to talk to them. If my mistake impacted other people's lives, as we know in Islam as haqqun nas, people's right. You cannot say I'm wrong and feel bad about it and move on with your life. If you affected other people's lives, you have to go to them. No need to give them details, but you have to involve them in solution. You need to involve them in solution. So let's say, God forbid, you were in a parking lot and you hit somebody's car. That's a mistake, right? It might happen. You had no intent. You didn't do it purposely. It would happen. Solution is, I'm going to fix the car. I'm the one caused the damage. I'm going to look for a solution. Solution is very simple. I have to pay for the damage. But I can't just say, okay, I'm going to pay for the damage, leave some dollars under the windshield and move on. I need to leave a note if the person is not there, talk to them, or wait for the person, talk to the person. That's the way it is. You don't need to come and use the microphone to say, oh, I hit somebody and tell me. Your reputation and your integrity is important. No need to put yourself in the spotlight, but you have to deal with the person you affected, that person, or anyone else. So that's step number two. Haqqun nas, Allah says, this is people's right. You have to settle it down with them. You cannot come to me and say, Ya Allah, forgive me for the wrong I've done to others. If you've done wrong to your parents, you have to go to them, beg them to forgive you. Every person you affected negatively with your mistake. That's number two. And the last and third step is to follow up on your solution. Because when we feel guilty, we make a lot of promises. We find a lot of solutions, right? Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But what happened, a lot of them stays in that level. I felt bad, I said something. We have to follow up. So if I missed my morning prayers, if I missed something wajib in Ramadan, which again, one of the question, interestingly, was that. I think one of the question was, if you don't do your qaza fasting, or if you miss your qaza fasting, is that not okay, or is it okay? And the answer to that is clear. If you missed wajib, obligatory, like Ramadan fasting, if you missed that, there is no way around it. You have to make it up. You have to make it up. Even 10 years from now, still you have to make it up. In addition, you have to pay late fee, the penalty on the top of that, because you postponed it one time. So no way around it. You can say, I feel bad about missing my Ramadan fasting. That's fine. But solution is to make it up. You make it up and you follow up. So my brothers and sisters, in a spiritual life, have a plan, have a track. If I missed any number of my prayers, I have to write it down somewhere and try to catch up. Quran says, dharra will count. Not only your prayers, if I owe someone $1, you write it down. You write it down, $1. Unless the person said, okay, I forgive you. I don't want it. Then you cross it. So, okay, I don't owe anyone anything anymore. And I promise you, with the passage of time, we add more time on the top of that, and the more debt we will collect. So just imagine on the night of Ramadan, that when we talked about the 100 rakat, right? Everybody said, oh, I did 100 rakat prayers on the night of Qadr. So 100 rakat is how many days of missing prayers? 6 days. 6 days you miss prayers is 100. If you want to exact, is 102, 102 rakat prayers. So imagine that, God forbid, if somebody missed every week 1 day. Every week, just 1 day I missed my prayer. How many days you have at the end of the year? 50? Depend on that. Now don't talk about the year we're in, the leap year and all that. But let's go with the standard of it. 52. If 1 day a week we miss, and imagine if just as morning prayers, it will catch up with us. Eventually, it will be too late. I've talked to somebody who told me this in a community a while ago. The person said, I missed so much, unfortunately, when I was young. I know I don't have enough time in my life to make up for it. That person said, whatever was his reason. And I was there, said, and he was genuinely said, what should I do? He said, I'm making up. Any free time I find, I do more qaza prayers, and I'm keeping track of it. But with my health condition, I know I can't. And the answer to that is clear. Allah said, as long as you try to catch up, that's all that matters. As long as you didn't plan this, as long as you didn't have a, God forbid, a trickery with God that, I did last year, you didn't know. Do it as much as you can, then have hope in Allah's mercy. You cannot do anything else. That's it. So keep track of it. Follow up with the mistakes. That's your spiritual life. In your financial life, keep track. Even in our social life as well. Because I can do easily, my mistakes could be toward people. I easily could wrong them. Inshallah, that's enough for tonight. Remember, the topic is to own our mistake, the tradition of Imam Jawad, the 3 points. Help me, what are the 3 things that every mu'min, every believer needs? Number 1, tawfiq from Allah, an opportunity, what others call coincidence, chance, luck, we need it from Allah. Second, we need an advisor from within. We need a healthy living conscience to advise us, to correct our course. And the last one, we need to accept. We need to admit and listen to the advices that we hear from within or from outside. And I said there are 3 steps to, once we admit to our mistakes, these are the 3 steps we have to take. It's very important. Look for a solution. Involve people who will be affected with our mistake. And lastly, follow up with the solution, making sure we follow through with those. هدیه به پیشگاه آقا امام جواد و امام هادی صلوات نهاد کنید. فارسی میخواستم در مورد ادامه هم هویت صحبت کنم، ولی یک قسمتش رو فقط میگم. اگه یاد شما باشه هفته پیش همین آیه رو که خواندم که خدا میفرماید نباشید از کسانی که خدا رو فراموش میکنن که در نتیجه خود رو هم فراموش خواهند کرد. ولا تکونوا کالذین نسوا الله فانساهم انفسهم. کسانی که خود فراموشی میشن یعنی هویتشون رو از دست میدن. هویت یعنی چی؟ یعنی که از یک نفری که میپرسی خودت رو معرفی کن. من خودم رو چگونه معرفی میکنم؟ من مهندس هستم، من مسلمان هستم، من هنرمند هستم، من افغان هستم. این میشود یک قسمتی از هویت ما. برای همین است ما هویت‌های مختلف داریم. ما هویت اجتماعی داریم در جامعه، هویت دینی داریم که با دین و مذهب، هویت خانوادگی داریم که در بین خانواده خودمون، من یک پدرم، من یک فرزندم، من یک مادرم. هویت‌های مختلف هست که لایه‌های مختلف زندگی ما رو تشکیل میدن. اون هدفی که حالا از منبر هفته پیش من به امشب یک جمله اگر بخوام اضافه بکنم از هفته قبل. یکی از بزرگترین تأثیر منبع یا بگیم ریشه تأثیر بر هویت ما پدر و مادرن. پدر و مادر هویت فرزند و اطفال رو میسازن. متاسفانه، باز هم متاسفانه، به خاطر اینکه در جامعه زندگی میکنیم که کار کردن بیش از اندازه وقت ما رو میگیرد. یعنی ما از شبانه روز به خاطر، حالا باز به خصوص در کالیفرنیا و جایی که ما زندگی میکنیم، به خاطر اینکه بعضیا و گله هم از اونا نیست، یعنی به خاطر اینکه خرج زندگی رو افراد بچرخانن، بعضی از افراد، حالا استثناء هست، اکثر افراد مجبورن انقدر کار کنن که به همون اندازه فرصت ندارن برای خانواده وقت بگذارن. و هویتی که فرزندان ما باید توسط من و پدر و مادر یاد بگیرد، جایگزینش می شود اینترنت و تلویزیون و برنامه ها. این هویت سازی رو الان بزرگترین هویت سازی رو اینترنت میکنن. میخواین مثالش رو بدم. یک آهنگی آمد، شما شنیده باشین، بیبی شارک. خب ما اینو با بچه ها همینقدر خواندیم حفظ شدیم. خب این آهنگ بیش از چند میلیارد، بیلیون میگن دیگه، چند میلیارد بار دیده شده در یوتیوب. بعد در چین ای رو میخوانن میبینن، در ترکیه ای رو میخوانن میبینن، در امریکا میبینن، در اروپا میبینن، در آلمان میبینن. این میشود یک هویت سازی و زبانش زبان انگلیسیه. یعنی اون بچه‌ای هم که در چین زندگی میکند به زبان چینی نمیگه، به زبان انگلیسی با همون تون میخواند. حالا نمیخوام بگم این توطئه بوده است و این شیطانی است و پشت این بیبی شارک کیا نشست. نه، میخوام این مثال رو بزنم، تأثیری که اینترنت دارن. یعنی شما یک زمانی در افغانستان اگر زندگی میکردید یا در ایران، شعر کودکی شما مال شما بود. یک شعری رو بلد بودین که فقط و فقط شاید از شهر شما هم، شهر بغل دستش هم بلد نبود. الان یک زمانه شده است، باز گفتم به علت این که میزانی که وقت صرف میکنن اطفال، حالا دیگه اینا رو باز مطالعات، من یک وقت انشالله باز هفته آینده بیشتر روش صحبت میکنم، که دیگه داد همه متخصصین اطفال، چه از لحاظ دکتر اطفال نگاه کنین و چه روانشناسان کودک، داد و فریادشون بلند است که این بچه ها نباید اینقدر نگاه کنن. 5 ساعت، 4 ساعت، 6 ساعت. و دلیلش چه هست؟ پدر و مادر هر دو سر کار است، باید این بچه کاری بکنن دیگه. نمیگیم اگرم بشیند که به دیوار نگاه کند، این بچه رو باید پیش دکتر ببریم، باید یه کاری انجام بده. بیرون هم که نمیتونیم بفرستیم. از روزی هم که کرونا آمد، افرادی که همون تا بکیارد هم میرفتن، اونم بهانه کردن، اونم نمیرن. هویت سازی که پدر مادر میکرد الان شده است اینترنت. بعد بچه های ما 16 17 18 ساله که میشن، یک رفتارهایی میکنن ما تعجب میکنیم این چجوری، چرا اینجور فکر میکنن، چرا شخصیتش با من پدر و مادر خیلی فرق میکنن. من مثال میزنم، شما ببینید بچه ها و کودکانی که در خانواده های بزرگ میشن که تحت تأثیر پدر بزرگ و پدر کلان و مادر بزرگ هستن، اینها چجوری بزرگ میشن. و اون طفلی که تنها بزرگ شده. ما بچه آوردن پیش من اذان بگم، حالا متاسفانه کوچیکم نبوده، چند ساله بوده، حالا نمیدونم برای تبرک چون باید چند روزه باشه بیان اذان بگیم. بعد این بچه رو آورده ما یک سلام بکنیم، بچه شروع کرده به فریاد و جیغ زدن. بعد میگن چرا، چیکار شد؟ خدای نکرده مثلا زنبور زد یا کاری شد. گناه آقا یه آدم ندیده. یعنی باور کنین گفت ما داخل آپارتمان زندگی میکنیم، از داخل آپارتمان نمیایم. از روزی که ما هستیم مادرش رو دیده و ما رو دیده. تمام. این هویت سازی رو ما کارمون رو راحت کردیم، داریم دست اینترنت میسازد هویت. راه حل چی است؟ راه حل این است پدر و مادر باید با فرزندانش حرف بزنند، نه فقط نصیحت کردن. وقتی من میگم پدر و مادر باید با فرزند حرف بزنند، خواهشاً خیلی نصیحت نکنین، تأثیر نصیحت از بین میرود. ما بعضی وقتا با این بچه‌ها که میشینم، ما 50 دقیقه مثلا 1 ساعت کلاسه، من 50 دقیقه فقط هر چی اینا میگن حرف میزنیم. از ماینکرافت حرف میزنن، از ویدیو گیم حرف میزنن، از زمین و زمان حرف میزنن. ما 5 دقیقه آخر یک جمله اگر 2 جمله گفتم او هم انشالله تأثیر کند. چرا؟ چون من خودم اگر یک جایی بنشینم با یک نفر اول بسم الله شروع کند، فقط هیچی نشنیده بخواد به ما حرف بزنن، میگم خب شنیدیم، چشم، دست شما درد نکنه. با فرزندانتون زندگی کنین، زندگی کنین، نه فقط نصیحت. وقتی میگم با فرزندانتون حرف بزنین، پسرم، دخترم، روز چطور بود؟ بیا در مورد همین هومورک همین توضیح بده. همین هومورک چیه؟ همین برنامه‌ای که نگاه کردی رو بیا با ما توضیح بده چی بود. همین کتابی که میخوانی رو من نمیفهمم کتاب رو، تو بیا همین داستانش رو برای من تعریف کن. شخصیت میدی به اون بچه که بتونه حرف بزنه. ما متاسفانه همش کارمون، بعضی از من مثال که میزنم، ما بعضی کارشون فقط و فقط نصیحت کردن شده. بعد این بچه دوستی رو با کس دیگه میکنه، نشست و برخاستش با کس دیگه است، غذاش با کس دیگه است. ما متاسفانه زیر یک سقف زندگی میکنیم ولی با هم زندگی نمیکنیم. من خودم از همین قربانی های همین هستم، همه ما هستیم که حرف زدن سخت شده است برای ما. اگر میخوایم هویت فرزندمون رو بسازیم، زن و شوهر که با هم دیگه حرف میزنن درست حرف بزنن، نمیخواد نصیحت کنین پسرم دخترم قشنگ حرف بزن. شما حرف بزن، او هویت بچه یاد گرفته میشود از شخصیت شما. اون کلام امام صادق فرمود قولوا کونوا دعاة للناس بغیر السنتکم. من سخنران دارم میگم، این اگه دست من باشه باور کنید بعضی هفته دوست دارم سخنرانی نکنم، فقط بشینیم، همین سر سفره نشستیم، همین چای خوردیم، همین قرآن همین اندازه. چون اینقدر بعضی وقتا حرف میزنم خودم از حرف زدن خودم باور کنیم میگم آقا بس از دیگه، چی بگیم دیگه؟ تاریخ بگیم، نمیدونم داستان بگیم، اخلاقیات بگیم، قرآن بگیم، چی بگیم؟ گفتیم همه رو. امام صادق فرمود اگر میخواین مردم رو دعوت به سمت خدا کنید، بدون زبان هم دعوت کنید، نه که زبان اصلا نکنید، نه، با زبان هم بگین ولی بدون زبان هم به خدا دعوت کنید، با اخلاق، با برخورد. و در خانواده اگر میخواین هویت فرزندانتون ساخته بشوند، با فرزندانتون حرف بزنید. حیف است که پدر کم حرفه، پدر رو اصلا حرف نمیزنه، ساکت یه گوشه نشسته است، صم بکم. مادر به دنیای خودشه، یا داخل اینترنت است یا اصلا کلا میگه ما زبان هم دیگر رو نمیفهمیم. ارزش قائل بشید برای وقت گذاشتن با فرزندانتون. یک دفعگی هم نمیشود، یک شبه هم نه. مهار زندگیتون رو دست بچه ها ندین. افسار زندگی، پسرم تو چی میخوای؟ دخترم تو چی میخوای؟ اینجوری هم نباشید. پدر و مادر باید درست و غلط رو دیگه به یک سنی رسیده باشد بفهمد. یک جایی که اشتباه است نه لازم نیست بله بگین، نه، اختیارم اینقدر دست بچه ها نباید باشد. ما فرزند سالاری میگفتن، پدر سالاری. فرزند سالاری یعنی همین که یه هرچی فرزند گفت، حاج آقا گفته با فرزندانمون حرف بزنیم، هرچی که تو میگی، تو چی میخوای؟ نه، یک جایی هرچی که او گفت گوش کنین. حالا این بر اون بر یکمی برتر بشینیم، یکمی برتر، حالا اونجا بریم یا اینجا بریم، اینا رو میشه گوش کرد. اما وقتی به حرف غلط میرسد، به اشتباه میرسد، اونجا دیگه پدر و مادر وظیفه‌ش اینه که حرفش هم درست بزنند. انشالله همین کافی هست. ادامه‌اش رو میگذاریم برای فردا شب. هفته آینده جمعه شب میلاد و سعادت امام علی علیه السلام خواهد بود. انشالله تشریف بیارین. روز پدر خواهد بود. ما ایام ولادت امیرالمومنین رو، پدرها رو تقدیم میکنیم. If we have parents and children who wants to play this game, we will have a game next week, but I need a father and child. So father and daughter or father and son. Let me know if you want to participate. You have two options. Number one is to give me your names next week at the beginning of the program, and then we raffle, because I can't have everyone participate. We will have a raffle and pick those names that are selected. But it's a simple game. We played it similar to that before. It's about how much you know your dad and how much your dad knows you. It's a good game, I think. It will be helpful. We have some questions. We will give you two whiteboards. You sit opposite. You turn your back. You'll see it. We've had this before. Inshallah, we will have that. If you want to give a simple gift to your fathers, bring it. We will give it to your father. If you want to give it as a gift, anything expensive, you can do it at home. I will not pass it here. I don't want to make it a competition of, God forbid, showing off that, oh, I love my dad so much. I bought a couple of $100, whatever it is. This is a gesture. A single flower or some flower, or if you want to write them a handmade note, not a Hallmark note that they wrote down everything for you, a note that you write down something, bring it, and inshallah we can give it to your fathers. But if you want to participate, you can give your name tonight as well for next week, or you can give your name next week. I need a father-child duo. So it could be son or daughter. For mothers, inshallah, in the future, we do it. We had a different game. We had a minty game, right? We had a minty, right? To make it a bit different, we play a different game, inshallah. That's it. Inshallah, we continue with the salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. John. Okay, so John. سریع فقط سوالا انشالله ببینیم اگر داریم سوال. Let me see if I have any questions. Okay. So I'm waiting for the question to, okay. Four people upvoted this. I don't know the answer to this question. Is mass roast, steakhouse, tomahawk steak halal? I don't know. Please don't advertise here. I don't know. Maestros, master. Okay. Next question. I don't know. Do your own research. Do your own research. John? Inshallah. What is your opinion regarding Islamic Orientalism? Who are some Orientalists recommended by you? This is a subject which is very specific. Whoever asked this question, come to me. I'll talk about it. It's not my opinion. It's a school of thought that exists, and they had great scholars. They have some scholars now, but not as prominent as the past. But if you're interested, I can have one-on-one talk with you. This is not a simple question to cover in 2 minutes. I don't have any recommendation regarding specific Orientalists at the now. If you don't know what Islamic Orientalism is about, we leave it for maybe one night. I can talk about it. Is it makruh to wear all black in prayer and in general? To wear all black for men and women in general, except for the time that we mourn the azza of Ahlul Bayt and the Prophet. It's makruh. It's makruh, yeah. But if it's all black, but it's not haram or anything. So it's makruh to wear all black outside the certain times, like Muharram and the time that you do it for the mourn of Ahlul Bayt, or let's say if you wear it for your parents or anybody, loved one you lost. So there's something you wear it as a sign, but something you just wear it as a fashion choice or something like that. If it's black, it's in prayers especially is makruh, in prayers. It's mustahab to wear white in prayers. Regarding Hajj, is it wajib to completely shave the head going the first time? Yes, it is. Have there been a marja taqlid who have said cutting the hair a little is okay? So this person's biggest issue with Hajj is shaving their head, which is fine. No known marja at the time given an option. Known marja. So if I give you a list of known marja like Ayatollah Wahid Khorasani, Ayatollah Sistani, Ayatollah Makarim, all these without exception said you have to shave your head unless there is an unbearable hardship with shaving head. let's say, God forbid, somebody has some skin irritation or some issue, some valid reason. Beside that, if it's just a fashion issue, it's not okay. To not cut the again. Inshallah, in that season, this year, as you know, right now for Corona, we cannot go. But do you have to pay khums on money that your parents put in your bank account? If you own it and it's past a year, if you own it, yes. If you don't own it, it's out of your touch, it's not on you. But if you own it, you have access, then yes, it's your money. More than a year. Let me just try. I go one or two more questions and then. Oh, okay. Chesh. So they ask me about movies and shows that has a haram scene or inappropriate scenes. Is it permissible to? What happened to that question? They upvoted something else, they moved it around. Okay, it has an appropriate scene in it. Is it permissible to watch it anyways and just skip those scenes, or is it not permissible? There is no exact ruling on this matter. What is the ruling is, looking at something that is haram, is provocative, is haram. So if it's not there, no, it's not haram to watch anything beside that. So that part itself, as long as it's there, is haram to watch. Anything that, the rule is simple. Anything you watch that provides a ground for sin, temptations, inclinations, attractions towards sin, anything in that matter is haram. They call the possibility of fasad. If it causes corruption, it means pushing you toward committing a sin, or even making a sin okay. You watch something and something that is a sin is haram. After watching it, it doesn't seem as bad anymore. So it removed the negativity of a sin. That also is not. Somebody upvoted, should we be worried about coronavirus? I don't know. Talk to your doctor. I don't know. What I know about what I watch was my limited knowledge of it. But one thing is that any irrational fear is not good. Just listen to basic rules of washing your hands and stuff. That these are I did not listen to any of the WhatsApp things. I deleted all of them. I read I've read in the news outlets, or is it World Health Federation, whatever it is. They have a list. Is it WHO? So World Health Organization. So I just listened to those recommendations they have, such as avoid going to unnecessary crowded areas, still, wash your hand frequently with soap, these kind of things. But fear, no. Again, they mentioned that flu exists, right? And people die from flu as well, and influenza and all that. So it's always good to be. Yes. No. Of course. That's good. We should not be scared of it. We should be ready and cautious. Fear is never, a good partner when it comes to prevention. So fear in a sense of not being reckless is good. So it's good. But maybe we can ask, alhamdulillah, we have experts in that field that maybe next week we can ask them to give a 5-minute talk on basics of especially etiquette of how to cough and sneeze and all that. I leave it to you guys. گفتن ما سوالای فارسی رو به فارسی جواب نمیدیم. من هر بار سوال کردم جواب ندادین. گفتن در مورد نظافت شخصی این روزا راجع به اون بحث هست، صحبت کنین. مراعات بهداشت ربطی به اسلام نداره، بگین که دعا قراون سرجاشه. برعکس نظافت شخصی به اسلام ربط داره. مثلا اسلام میگه نظافت من الایمان، اسلام میگه که قبل از غذا مستحب دستتون رو بشورین، بعد از غذا مستحب بشورین. اسلام میگه مکروه از ظرف کثیف داخل خانه باشه. اسلام میگه غسل بکنین مستحب. دیگه نمیدونم اسلام باید چی بگه که بگیم به نظافت شخصی. اسلام میگه اگر دندان مسواک زدن سختی ایجاد نمیکرد، خداوند واجب میکرد قبل از هر نمازی مسواک بزنین. دیگه خواهشاً نظافت شخصی به منده تعریف کنین. اگر مسواک نیست، اگر دست شستن نیست، اگر نظافت بدن نیست. بفرمایید. بله بله. No, listening to Quran, it's fine, but not wearing hijab, that's the issue. That person has to be more concerned. But listening to Quran itself, it's fine. I know, it's fine. It's fine. Yes, it is fine. No problem. خلاصه اینکه گفتن نظافت شخصی ربطی به اسلام نداره و قرآن و دعا سر جاش. من قبول دارم قرآن و دعا سر جاش، ولی نظافت شخصی هم ربطی به اسلام داره. آخه ما دین ما میگه رعایت بکنیم. اگر رعایت نمیکنیم به خاطر اسلام نیست. بله بهداشت شخصی لازم. اصلا میگم اسلام اضافه بری که حالا در خارج از اسلام میگن نظافت رعایت کنین. چرا؟ خوبه. شما هرچی که پرسونال هایجین یا نظافت رعایت بکنین خوبه. اسلام میگه نه تنها خوبه بلکه برای آخرتتون هم خوبه. یک ثوابی هم در آخرت هم به شما میدن که هم فایدهشو در دنیا میبینیم و هم در آخرت. این که بدن انسان بو نده، این که انسان دوش بگیره، این که عطر استفاده کنه، این که مو و شانه بزنه، خدایا دیگه. یعنی ما از اسلام چی نفهمیدیم که میگیم بهداشت ربطی به اسلام ندارد. چون انانمس هست و گمنام من اینجوری داغ رفتم نمیدونم کی گفته، سوال کردن هیچ اشکالی نداره. خیلی هم خوب کردین پرسیدین، نظر شما محترم، ولی نظر اسلام این هست که ربط داره. و اسلام بزرگترین، گفتم در اروپا حمام نبود، اولین بار مسلمان ها حمام ساختن. در اروپا دستشویی وجود نداشت، مسلمان ها دستشویی ساختن. در هند تا همین امروز در بعضی از مناطق هندونشین یکی از وعده های این جنایتگار مودی این بود که من دستشویی های عمومی می سازم. دیگه بستم. Of course, no worries, no worries. No, it has to be a certain time. Zil-Hijjah, right now is in summer because it's an Islamic month. No, you have to go to, Umrah is recommended, is not wajib, is not a must. Must is wajib, is known as tamattu. You go it in Zil-Hijjah. Zil-Hijjah. It's not an American month, it's Zil-Hijjah. Right now it falls into, is it September? September, August. Right now is in September, August time. But you have to have enough money and be healthy enough to do it. When you have enough money and you're healthy, then you get visa and you go. Inshallah. No problem. Okay, اگه سوال دیگه است، من از فارسی زبانه عذرخواهی میکنم که 2-3 تا نوشتن حاج آقا سوالات ما رو فارسی جواب نمیدین. چشم، من الان جواب دادم دیگه. انشالله هفته بعدم باز فارسی اگر ببینم به فارسی جواب میدم، ولی اگر برین داخل رکوردها نگاه کنین، من فکر میکنم اگر سوال اینجا فارسی نوشته بوده من فارسی جواب دادم، ولی میدونم بعضی از سوالا رو پرسیدن من فرصت نکردم جواب بدم. همین الانم الحمدلله 4-5 تا دیگه هم سوال هست، ولی 10 شب است. انشالله هفته آینده، نه 2 هفته بعد، چون هفته آینده اون مسابقه است. Inshallah, not next week, the week after that, I'll answer more questions. But I'll did my best. Please understand that I do my best to answer as much as I can. But I admit my mistake. I own my mistake. I should have left more time for this part. I should have given more time for this. Let's inshallah finish with ziyarah. Everybody stand up. وعجل اللهم في فرج مولانا صاحب العصر والزمان. السلام عليك يا رسول الله، يا نبي الله، يا خير خلق الله، يا خاتم النبيين. السلام عليك يا مولاتنا يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين ويا إمام المتقين علي بن أبي طالب. السلام عليكم أيها الحسن والحسين سبطي نبي الرحمة وسيدي شباب أهل الجنة. السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين زين العابدين. السلام على محمد بن علي الباقر. السلام على جعفر بن محمد الصادق. السلام على موسى بن جعفر الكاظم. السلام على علي بن موسى الرضا. السلام على محمد بن علي التقي الجواد. السلام على علي بن محمد الهادي النقي. السلام على حسن بن علي العسكري الزكي. السلام عليك يا صاحب الزمان يا خليفة الرحمن يا إمام الإنس والجان. السلام عليكم يا أهل بيت النبوة ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. صدق الله العلي العظيم. وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ولشفاء مرضانا رحم الله لمن قرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات.